Good morning, class. So our topic today is the rule or what are the rule of Interpol. So ano nga ba yung Interpol na tinatawag? So sabi dyan is the world's largest international police organization with 195 member countries. So the rule is to enable police around the world to work together to make the world a safer place. So, ang Interpol class, siya yung pinaka-largest international police organization. So, dati, ang member countries lang nila is 194. Pero, presently, is 195 member countries na ang ating Interpol. So, yung Interpol class is tinatawag siyang ICPO. ICPO. So, ano nga ba yung ICPO? So, International Criminal Police Organization. So, ito talaga yung tawag sa Interpol. ICPO. So, International Criminal Police Organization. So, worldwide police operation and pinakamalawak or ito yung pinakamalawak na police organization international. So, ano nga ba yung purpose ng Interpol ICPO natin? Para humuli ng mga nagtatangkang nagsasagawa ng criminal activities. So, sa bawat bansa natin. So, marami tayong mga bansa class, And para ma-secure ang life and properties ng bawat bansa. So, kaya tayo may Interpol or ICPO na tinatawag na organization. So, mayroon siyang 195 member states na nasasakupan. And also, itong Interpol, so it focusing on 3 major areas. Yan yung transnational crime, terrorism, cybercrime, and organized crime. So, kaya nga itong Interpol class is, kumbaga, mas focus siya sa mga transnational crime natin. So, etong organization na to, including crimes against humanity, child pornography, drug trafficking, and other transnational crime. So, ang mga kapulisan natin ay nakikipag-coordinate sila sa organisasyon or yung organization na Interpol or yung ICPO natin. So, para din makapag-communicate ang Interpol natin sa bawat NCB. So, meron tayong tinatawag na NCB class. So, yung National Central Bureau. So, kumbaga, nakikipag-coordinate etong Interpol natin sa NCB. So, matatalakay natin kung ano nga ba yung NCB mamaya. So, yung NCB ng bawat bansa, kung may krimen na nangyari sa teritoryo na yon or yung bansa na yon. So, ang Interpol ay hindi siya, paki-take note lang class na ang Interpol is hindi siya law enforcement, kundi organization siya. Organisasyon lang siya na tumutulong sa sa mga kapulisan natin once na may nag-commit na organized group sa ibang bansa. So, ang gagawin ni Interpol ay makikipag-coordinate siya sa kapulisan ng bansa kung saan nag-commit ng crime yung mga isang individual sa ibang bansa. Okay, so tandaan nyo class, ang Interpol is natawag na ICPO. Ito yung pinaka-tawag talaga sa Interpol. International Criminal Police Organization, which is hindi sila law enforcement. Kumbaga, ginawa lang itong organisasyon. So, etong organization na to is dumadaan yung mga kapulisan natin dito sa Interpol ICPO natin para makipag-coordinate sila sa ibang bansa once na merong nag-commit ng transnational crime. So, meron tong tinatawag na NCB or National Central Bureau. Doon sila nakikipag-coordinate itong Interpol dahil bawat bansa natin is merong NCB. So, doon sila nakikipag-coordinate. So, para mas mabilis na matukoy nila yung mga nagkukumit ng transnational crime. And also, ano nga ba yung vision and mission ng Interpol? So, yung vision ng Interpol is connecting police for a safer world. So, kaya nga, etong Interpol, ang pinaka-vision nila is para yung mga kapulisan, is sila yung gagawa. So, sila yung gagawa ng paraan. So, para makipag-connect sila sa bawat law enforcement ng bawat bansa natin. So, para maging safe yung bawat bansa natin once na nakipag-coordinate sila. Yun yung pinaka-vision nila. Ano nga ba yung mission ng Interpol? So, preventing and fighting crime through enhanced cooperation and innovation on police and security matters. So, ang mission nila is para maiwasan or kailangan nilang puksain yung mga krimen. So, ayun, nakikipag-coordinate sila or nakikipag-communicate sila sa bawat bansa. So, para once na merong mga individual or yung mga criminal na magkukumit ng crime sa bawat bansa natin, is mas mapapabilis yung pagtitake ng action doon. So, a global presence, so Interpol's General Secretariat is based in Lyon, France. Structure and governance. So, atong structure and governance ng ICPO natin or yung Interpol natin, meron silang pinaka-highest to the lowest member of ICPO or Interpol. So, etong si General Assembly, Executive Committee, and General Secretariat. Ano nga ba yung mga trabaho ni General Assembly, Executive Committee, and General Secretariat? So, si General Assembly class is the supreme governing body. The General Assembly is composed of delegates appointed by each member of country. It meets annually to take all important decisions related to policy, resources, working methods, finances, activities, and programs. So, si General Assembly class, siya yung pinaka-highest level of Interpol. Meron siyang bawat representatives sa bawat bansa natin sa Interpol. And nagkakaroon lang sila ng meeting once a year. So, sa pag-meet nila once a year class, etong si General Assembly is tinitake down all the important decisions na related sa mga policy na gusto nilang gawin. Kung ano man yung mga pwede nilang idagdag sa mga resources nila or yung mga pwede nilang gawin sa trabaho nila. It's all about finances and including din yung mga activities and programs na pwede nilang idagdag or pwede nilang gawin doon sa Interpol natin or ICPO natin. So, etong si General Assembly class, siya yung pinaka-mataas, pinaka-highest or the supreme governing body ng Interpol natin. So, siya yung nakikipag-meeting sa lahat ng General Assembly sa bawat bansa natin or sa buong nation natin. And also, etong si General Assembly is nag-e-elect din siya ng member ng Executive Committee. So, si General Assembly, meron siyang jurisdiction or authority na mag-elect ng miyembro sa Executive Committee. And si General Assembly din yung nag-a-appoint ng Secretary General ng Interpol. So, siya yung may jurisdiction or may authorization na mag-elect ng Executive Committee and mag-appoint ng General Secretary ng Interpol natin. Next is Executive Committee. So, sa Executive Committee class is elected by the General Assembly. So, nakasabi ko lang kanina na si General Assembly, siya yung nag-e-elect or siya yung pwedeng pumili or mag-elect ng magiging Executive Committee sa Interpol ICPO natin. And the Executive Committee is headed by the President of the organization. It provides guidance and direction to the organization and oversees the implementation of decision made at the annual General Assembly. So, etong si Executive Committee is responsible in Interpol's governing body which provide guidance and direction between session of the assembly. So, yun yung ginagawa ng executive committee. Kaya nga siya tinawag na committee, executive committee, dahil siya yung nagbibigay ng guidance and directions doon sa napagdesisyonan or yung in-implement na decision ng General Assembly. So, kumbaga nagiging nagiging secretary ng General Assembly. So, siya yung nagpo-provide ng guidance and direction sa organization ng Interpol. So, kung ano man yung ma-implement na decision ni General Assembly, so siya yung mag-guide doon and mag-direct kung ano man yung napag-usapan doon. And next is General Secretariat. So, si General Secretariat is located in Lyon, France. So, ang General Secretariat is located sa Lyon, France, and also operates 24 hours a day, 365 years a day, and is run by the Secretary General. And the Secretariat has 7 regional bureaus around the world, along with special representatives at the African Union, European Union, and United Nations. So, etong si General Secretariat is siya yung nag-run. So, it runs Interpol's day-to-day activities. So, para ma-support yung mga member ng bawat countries natin in their international policy. So, nasabi dyan na etong si General Secretariat is located in Lyon, France. So, coordinate much of the policing expertise and services the Interpol provides to member countries natin. So, meron siyang 7 regional bureaus. Etong si General Secretariat. So, bawat Interpol natin is meron tayong mga General Assembly, Executive Committee, and General Secretariat. And also, etong si General Secretariat, nasabi doon na siya yung sumusuporta sa bawat member ng countries international policing system natin. And also, itong si General Secretariat, meron siyang Secretary General. So, itong si Secretary General is responsible for the General Secretariat, overseeing its day-to-day activities and ensuring that it implements the decision of General Assembly and Executive Committee. So, mas mataas kasi itong si General Assembly and Executive Committee. So, si General Secretariat, meron siyang Secretary General na kumbaga responsible itong si General Secretariat na i-oversee yung bawat activities na ginagawa ni General Assembly and Executive Committee natin. So, ini-ensure ni Secretary General na lahat ng napagdesisyonan or na-implement na decision ni General Assembly and Executive Committee is na-execute niya. Kung saan yung napag-usapan ng General Assembly Executive Committee, it's responsible to overseeing the activities and what are the decisions during the meetings. So, yun yung ginagawa ni Secretary General under kay General Secretariat. Okay, class. So, ulitin ko, class, si General Secretariat, okay, under siya ni Interpol. Which is, ang ginagawa niya is para suportahan yung bawat member ng international or yung countries natin in their international policing. So, nakikipag-coordinate etong si General Secretariat sa bawat bansa natin. So, expertise and services the Interpol provides to member countries. So, si General Secretariat, meron siyang Secretary General na kung saan si Secretary General is in-oversee niya itong si General Secretariat. Yung mga activities and they ensure kung ini-implement ba ng maayos ni General Secretariat yung mga didesisyonan ni General Assembly and Executive Committee sa meetings nila. Next, we have National Central Bureaus. Ano nga ba yung ginagawa ng Central or National Central Bureaus natin? So, nabanggit ko kanina kung ano yung National Central Bureaus. So, si NCB, each Interpol member countries maintains a National Central Bureau linking national police with our global network, staffed by highly trained national law enforcement officers, and NCVs are the lifeblood of Interpol, contributing to our criminal databases and cooperating together on cross-border investigation, operation, and arrest. So, napaka-importante ni National Central Bureau natin kay Interpol. Dahil si National Central Bureau class, tandaan ninyo, siya yung pinaka-lifeblood ng Interpol or tinatawag nilang Heart of Interpol. Dahil kung wala si NCB, may hirapan na makipag-communicate etong si Interpol natin or ICPO sa bawat bansa. Just in case na nagkaroon ng transnational crime. So, si NCB class, so ang nako-contribute niya sa ating Interpol or sa ating bawat countries is kumukuha siya ng mga criminal databases. Ano naman yung mga records and nakikipag-cooperate siya sa bawat bansa natin. Cross-border investigation, operations, and pag-a-arrest sa mga criminal natin na nagkukumit ng crime sa bawat bansa. So, si NCB class is siya yung ginagamit ng Interpol para makapag-communicate sila sa bawat bansa. So, kaya nga nasabi ko na napakahalaga ni NCB kay Interpol. Kumbaga, siya yung pinaka-center or central na binuong organization or organisasyon para sa ganun makapag-connecta or makapag-communicate sila sa bawat bansa. Sakaling meron silang information na sasabihin or maaaring may paglaganap ng krimen sa bansang iyon or sa iba't ibang bansa. So, Heart of Interpol, etong si NCB. So, they seek the informations needed from the NCBs to help investigate crime or criminals in their own country, and they share criminal data and intelligence to assist another country. So, malaking epekto ni NCB kay Interpol dahil siya yung tumutulong So, para makuha yung mga or pag-gather ng mga databases sa criminal record ng isang individual na nag-commit ng crime, and also sila yung nag-a-assist sa bawat bansa natin. So, para maging maganda or magkaroon ng fastest action doon sa paghuli doon sa isang kriminal na gumawa ng transnational crime sa bansang yun. Commission for the Control of Interpol's Files or yung tinatawag nating CCF. So, ano nga ba yung ginagawa ni Commission Control of Interpol's Files? So, the CCF ensures that the processing of personal data, such names and fingerprints, is in the line with Interpol's rules in order to protect both the fundamental rights of individuals and the cooperation among police internationally. So, etong si CCF class, kaya nga natawag na Control of Interpol's Files. So, siya yung nag-i-ensure or sinisiguro niya na dumaan sa magandang process
yung mga nagagather nilang personal data bases or yung personal data. Kung ano man yung mga nagagather nilang personal data such as names and fingerprints ng bawat individual. So, kailangan naka-record yon sa tinatawag nilang CCF or Control of Interpol's files. So, pinapayagan nila na magkaroon sila ng access kung sino man yung pwedeng kumuha ng access doon sa files na yun. Ngayon, etong si CCF is kailangan na dumaan muna yung isang individual na gustong kumuha ng access doon sa mga information na yon na nakuha ni Interpol, kailangan nilang i-record yung mga personal data or yung mga names and also yung kukunin nila yung fingerprints ng isang individual na yun. So, in order to protect both rights of individuals and also yung pakikipag-cooperate na rin ng mga kapulisan natin internationally or international. So, Interpol 7 Global Policing Goals. So, policing goals yan, class ano. So, number 1 is counter the threat of terrorism. So, sila yung nagka-counter ng etong kumbaga, etong si Interpol is yung goal niya, yung global policing goal niya is to counter the threat of terrorism. So, next is promote border integrity worldwide. And also protect vulnerable communities, secure cyberspace for people and businesses, promote global integrity, curb illicit markers, and also support environmental security and sustainability. So, si National Central Bureau or Interpol Manila. Kaya nga, kumbaga natawag itong National Central Bureau dash Interpol Manila kasi meron tayong NCB dito sa Manila, which is bawat bansa naman is andyan yung NCB, kaya nga nakikipag-coordinate itong Interpol sa NCB natin. So, Interpol Manila. So, the NCB Interpol Manila traces its beginnings in 1961 when the Philippines became a member of the ICPO Interpol with the National Bureau of Investigation or yung NBI natin as its focal point. So, also it serves as the office and main coordinating body for international police cooperation against transnational crimes, representing all law enforcement agencies in the Philippines. So, natakal naman na natin kung ano ibig sabihin ng National Central Bureau. Kumbaga, ang sinasabi lang naman dito is yung history ng NCB natin, which is nagkaroon ng NCB dito sa Manila in 1961. So, became as a member of the ICPO Interpol. So, napakahalaga ni NCB dahil etong si Interpol natin is dumadaan muna kay NCB natin na nakikipag-coordinate sa bawat bansa. So, meron tayong mga NCB sa bawat bansa natin. So, also, etong si NCB Interpol Manila, so, kaya nga nasabi ko kanina na siya yung nagsiserve as coordinating or nakikipag-coordinate siya or nakikipag-communicate siya sa bawat kapulisan or law enforcement natin sa bawat bansa natin just in case na nagkaroon ng transnational crime. So, siya yung nagiging heart of Interpol or siya yung nagiging bloodline ng Interpol. Ano nga ba yung mga missions and functions of Interpol and CB Manila? So, naka-indicate dyan, number 1, monitor and coordinate all activities of all enforcement agencies related to transnational crime committed against or affecting the Philippines. So, ang missions or yung function ng Interpol and CB Manila natin is sila yung nakikipag-coordinate or sila yung nagmo-monitor sa lahat ng activities ng mga law enforcement agencies natin which is related sa mga transnational crime. Kumbaga, kung nagkakaroon man ng crime or nagkakaroon man ng crime activities, so sila yung nagmo-monitor or nagko-coordinate. So, yan yung pinaka-mission ng Interpol NCB Manila natin. And next, number 2 is maintain records and minutes of all meetings of NCB Interpol Manila. So, kaya nga nagkakaroon lang ng once a year yung pagkakaroon ng meeting. So, dapat mini-maintain nila kung ano man yung mga dapat na napagdidesisyonan or kung ano man yung dapat na napag-uusapan ng mga member ng Interpol natin. And next is operate and maintain the operation center of NCB Interpol Manila as the focal point of international cooperation against transnational crime for all law enforcement agencies in the Philippines. So, siya yung pinaka-focal point or pinaka-sentro etong NCB or Interpol NCB Manila natin. And next is the NCB Interpol Manila also functions as a subcommittee of the NALEC for the monitoring of the sensitive activities of the latter. And next, we have the bilateral and international cooperation to combat transnational crime. So, ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng bilateral? Bakit nga ba tinawag na bilateral ang or bilateral and international cooperation to combat transnational crime? So, kaya nga natawag na bilateral dahil meron tayong mga iba't ibang bansa which is nakikipag-communicate sila or nakikipag-coordinate or nakikipagtulungan sila sa bawat bansa natin. So, para mapuksa yung pagkukumit ng transnational crime. So, kaya nga nasabi din na international cooperation to combat. So, para malabanan yung mga transnational crime na ginagawa ng mga individual sa bawat bansa. Yung mga crime activities na yan. So, UN Convention Against Transnational Crime and the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime adopted by a General Assembly is the main international instrument in the fight against transnational organized crime. So, United Nations is kumbaga kabuuang bansa na, okay, to fight the transnational organized crime na yan. So, kaya nga meron tayong mga highest member to the lowest member of Interpol na kung saan sila yung nagtitake ng actions doon para malabanan yung transnational organized crime na yan. So, para ma-maintain natin yung safer place ng ating bawat bansa. So, next, we have 3 protocols. So, ano nga ba yung 3 protocols ng bilateral ng Interpol natin? Bilateral international cooperation against transnational crime. So, ang protocol ng Interpol natin is to prevent. So, para maiwasan yung pagkukumit ng mga transnational crime. Kaya nga andyan yung Interpol natin and NCB natin na nakikipag-coordinate. And next, we have the protocol to suppress. Okay, so para mabawasan, andyan yung nakikipag-coordinate sila, nakikipag-communicate sila, kumbaga tulungan etong mga bawat bansa natin para masuppress yung mga transnational crime. And also the protocol to punish. So, kailangan magkakaroon din ng punish or pagpaparusa dun sa mga kriminal na nag-commit ng mga transnational crime. So, para maiwasan natin or para maiwasan natin yung pagdami ng mga kriminal sa bawat bansa natin. So, para hindi na magaya ulit or hindi na magaya ng ibang tao yung pagkukumit ng mga transnational crime natin. So, next we have convention, cover 5 main areas. So, andyan yung preventive measures, criminalizations and law enforcement, international cooperation, asset recovery, and technical assistance and information exchange. So, yan yung mga nagko-cover 5 main areas natin. So, para makapag-coordinate or makipagtulungan sa bawat bansa natin. So, para ma-prevent or ma-suppress and magkaroon ng punishment just in case na nagkaroon ng pagkukumit ng transnational crime. So, andyan yung preventive measure, criminalization and law enforcement. So, kinakailangan natin yung mga limang yan. Next, we have this UNODC na tinatawag, which is United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. So, ano nga ba yung UNODC natin? So, nasabi dyan, on drugs and crime. So, United Nations Office. So, Office on Drugs and Crime. A global leader in the fight against illicit drugs. So, yung mga pinagbabawal na gamot. Okay, yung mga droga. And international crime. In addition to being responsible for implementing the United Nations-led program on terrorism. So, nagkakaroon ng program itong UNODC natin. So, para mapuksa yung mga tao na binabalak yung mga pagkukumit ng mga illegal drugs or illicit drugs natin international. Next, we have United Nations Convention against illicit traffic in narcotic drugs and psychotropic. And also United Nations Office on Drugs and Terrorism Prevention. So, hindi lang siya for drugs, also the prevention in terrorism, yung mga nagte-terrorize ng bansa. And next, we have UNODC on money laundering and counterfeiting the financing of terrorism. So, yun yung UNODC natin. Next, we have ASEAN-NAPOL or ASEAN or Association of Southeast Asian Nation Police. Yun yung tinatawag nating ASEAN-NAPOL or ASEAN-NAPOL, Association of Southeast Asian Nation Police. So, etong si ASEAN-NAPOL is international cooperation between Southeast Asian nation in combating transnational organized crime. So, etong si ASEAN-NAPOL is meron siyang 5 founding members before. Pero nagkaroon na siya ng 10 founding members sa ASEAN-NAPOL, which is andyan si Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, Brunei, Cambodia, Laos, and Myanmar. So, sakop ni ASEAN-NAPOL yan. So, etong si ASEAN-NAPOL is international cooperation between Southeast Asian nation. Kumbaga, yung mga nasasakupan niya, yun yung nakikipag-coordinate sa bawat isa in combating transnational organized crime like drug trafficking, and also sila yung nagpiprevent ng crime and promoting harmony sa mga law enforcement sa Southeast Asian nation. So, also nag-establish atong ASEAN-NAPOL noong 1981 sa Manila, and mayroong 5 na-found members na countries. Pero presently, nagkaroon na ng karagdagang 5 founding members. So, nasabi ko naman kung ano yung mga 10 founding members ng ASEAN-NAPOL. Next, we have Europol, which is European Police na tinatawag. So, yung headquarter nila is Hague, the Netherlands. Europol support the European Union member states in their fight against terrorism, cybercrime, and other serious and organized form of crime. So, si Europol naman is European Police na tinatawag, which is yung headquarter nila, natatagpuan siya sa Netherlands. And si Europol, yung function niya is to fight against terrorism. Pag nagkaroon ng terrorism, cybercrime, and other serious and organized group. And meron siyang 27 members. So, yung European Police, yung trabaho nila is mag-trace ng mga, or also, yung trabaho nila is mag-trace ng mga mamahaling sasakyan na kinukuha or ninanakaw ng mga organized group. So, including yung mga illicit drugs, so yung mga terrorism within European countries. So, jurisdiction ito ng Europol. Next, we have IACP na tinatawag, or International Association of the Chief of Police. So, ano nga ba yung trabaho din ni IACP? So, is a comprehensive professional organization that supports the law enforcement leaders of today and develops the leaders tomorrow. So, etong si IACP class is the oldest international police organization established on 1893. So, siya yung pinaka-oldest na international police organization. And also, the largest organization police officers, and their job is to help every police members or law enforcement to develop their professions. So ang ano lang naman, ang functions lang naman ni IACP is more on helping every police members natin. So para mas ma-develop yung skills or knowledge ng bawat kapulisan natin. So, yun yung tinatawag nating IACP. More on developing their knowledge and skills. Atong mga law enforcement natin. And then, itong IACP natin is a leadership organization committed to advancing the profession of policing by promoting enhanced practices, cooperative efforts, and the exchange of informations among police administrators and the other institutions and organizations. Next, we have notice information. So, importante itong mga notices, information ng Interpol. So, meron silang tinatawag na red notice, blue notice, green notice, yellow, black, and orange. So, ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng red notice? So, kapag ka nagbigay or nagbaba ng red notice atong Interpol, is natawag nila to seek the location and arrest of wanted persons. Okay, so to set arrest of a wanted persons. So, ito yung hahanapin or ilolocate nila kung ano yung location ng isang suspect na gumawa ng krimen para arestuhin yung isang individual na nag-commit ng transnational crime. So, yun lang naman yung red notice na tinatawag natin to set arrest sa isang wanted person na nag-commit ng transnational crime. Next, we have blue notice. So, ano nga ba yung blue notice? So, to collect addition information about a person, identity, location, or activities in relation to a crime. So, ito yung karagdagang information or impormasyon naman sa suspect sakaling nagbigay sila ng blue notice. Kung ano yung pagkatao niya, ano yung background niya, ano yung profile niya, ano yung locations, or ano yung mga ginawa niyang, ano pa yung mga iba't ibang ginawa niyang mga krimen. So, yun yung blue notice natin. To collect additional information or yung person identity ng isang criminal. Next, we have green notice. So, sabi dyan is to provide warnings and intelligence about persons who have committed criminal offenses and are likely to repeat these crimes in other countries. So, eto naman, giving warnings sa isang suspect na gagawa ulit ng panibagong krimen. So, magbibigay ang Interpol ng warning. Next, we have yellow notice. So, etong yellow notice naman is to help locate missing persons and help identify persons who unable to identify himself. So, etong Interpol natin, magbibigay siya ng yellow notices or magbababa siya ng yellow notice para ma-help natin. Okay, so para ma-locate natin yung mga missing persons. Kung once na yung isang individual is nawawala, so etong Interpol, magbibigay siya ng yellow notice, okay, to help someone to locate missing person. And also, to help identify a persons who unable to identify himself. Kumbaga, hindi niya alam kung asan siya or hindi niya alam kung sino siya. So, etong yellow notice is to help identify person who is unable to identify himself. Next, we have black notice. So, etong si black notice naman is to seek information on unidentified body. Kumbaga, yung isang individual is for example na lang pinatay nila. So ngayon talagang hindi na malaman or hindi na matukoy yung isang body na yon. Ngayon bibigay ng black notice etong Interpol para ma-help nila yung isang individual na yon or yung unidentified body na yon para makuhanan siya ng information. Kumbaga pag-aaralan nila ng husto kung sino yung taong yun or kung sino yung tao na pinatay nila na hindi na masyadong or hindi na talaga ma-identify yung mukha ng isang individual na yun. Okay, so si orange notice naman is to warn of an event or person or an object or process representing a serious threat to a public safety or magbibigay ang Interpol ng warning. So, magbibigay sila ng orange notice na yung event na yun is yun yung target nila. For example na lang, magkakaroon ng event dito sa lugar na to. Ngayon, ang Interpol is magbababa sila ng orange notice na yung mga terorista na yun is magkukumit sila ng crime doon sa lugar na yun. So, parang it's a sign of a warning sa lugar na yun na magkakaroon ng threat or magkakaroon ng pagti-terrorize attack ng mga terorista. So, yun yung example ng orange notice to give a warning or disguise a weapon of the terrorism.